In this video, we're going to be looking at code. And code, it should look really familiar. If you've done like HTML and you've used like the KBD code kind of elements they have, this should ring a bell and be very, very close here. We're going to be looking at the docs, and then we just have a nice little example video for you at the end. And sorry if I was stuttering there. I've recorded a lot of these today, so let's just get to the docs. And so it says code is a component used to display inline code. It is composed from the box component with a font family of mono for displaying code. If you heard a cough in the background, that is my dog. So we're bringing in import right here. We have code coming on in. That's not like a million things, just one simple one here. We have the code element here, or component I should say, and in between they slapped hello world. It kind of reminds me of a badge a little bit, except it's not capitalizing and kind of bolding or adding font weight to the hello world or whatever text we're sending on in. We have the stack that's, aligning these up right here. And we have this code right here that says children, and then we have console.log welcome right here. But then we have, the repeating theme down in here. Well, this is interesting. And it's talking about colors, but up here, you could put the text on the inside between the opening and closing component right here. And that is because these are essentially doing the same thing. So it's capturing this in the child or the props.children, or you could send it in directly through the children props right here, and it'll render it out the exact same way. And so here, if you want to change the colors, you could change the colors. This is just using color scheme. If you want to get more fancy, feel free to. Down here are the props, not too many of them here. And, let's just knock this one out and show you a coding example. What we're going to look at here is just a very, very brief and quick example of what code does and what it looks like. So let's just kind of type out maybe what a basic command would be that you would, wrap code in. We see this right here. We have the text, which it doesn't matter. Neither does this box. You want the Chakra provider always. But we have this text right here, and then we have the code. And you can see that it gives it this gray background here. And yes, this is a box deep down, so you could still color it in however you want to. But out of the box, it gives you this gray background. The font is slightly different here. And it just pops out a little bit more to let you know that this is not like the text above here. And you don't always have to wrap stuff between the opening and closing code elements here. You could do it another way. So let's copy this. And I just like to give space here. And we could enter in text this way, which is kind of interesting. We see here that we have this color scheme of Facebook. If we were to change it to, say, red, we get this salmon-ish looking color here. The Facebook isn't as convincing to me. It just seems like a darker gray, but whatever. The real point here is that you could use the children attribute here. You could pass the text straight on in, and it'll render out just like it will above here. And so if you don't want to render your code this way, you always have this other option. Once again, whatever works for you, go forth and do it, right? And so if you like this stuff I'm doing, like, share, subscribe. I ultra appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next video.